I've never seen or heard of anything like this where we've got a 2.5-month-old child placed under a bridge on the interstate.
He have no idea. He don't know what kind of night that morning he done had.
Hey, why'd you do this?
God told me to.
Who did?
God told me to.
An admission of guilt from kidnapping suspect Kayshawn Wilson as he walked into Minden Police headquarters in handcuffs. He's accused of kidnapping an infant in the early morning hours, abandoning that baby underneath an interstate overpass. For 6 grueling hours, a mother and eventually an entire police department was in a desperate search for 2-month-old Elijah. My co-anchor Doug Warner spent the day in Minden, where the officer who found the baby took you to a very familiar spot where they found him.
Yeah, he patrols that area, and sure enough, luck would have it. Fortunate luck, Dominique. Being left under an interstate overpass alone wasn't bad enough. That child had rolled, if that child had rolled over just one time, he could have rolled right into interstate traffic. This was a search unlike any other for Minden police officers. A search with a happy ending, thanks to an angel in uniform.
This series of photographs captures the emotional moments when baby Elijah was found, all alone, tucked underneath an overpass.
Once I came down the hill and saw the blanket, I had to take a moment, gather myself, so I was like, I took a breath.
But for Minden police officer Donald Bryce, he lived those moments, perhaps the biggest moments of his 20-year law enforcement career.
I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've never seen or heard of anything like this.
And the strangest for Chief Cropper, an infant kidnapped and abandoned just yards from Interstate 20 traffic.
Not knowing if he's okay.
Elijah Thomas is back in his mother's arms, but from the moment she called police at 3:30 Monday morning until he was found at sunup, those were the darkest hours of her life.
What in the world happened?
Your guess is probably better than mine.
Hey, why'd you do this?
God told me to.
Who did?
Period. God told me to.
God told you to?
Yes, sir.
That question answered by the suspect, Kayshawn Wilson, while being led into Minden PD in cuffs, charged with aggravated kidnapping. Wilson is accused of taking Elijah and leaving him underneath this Minden interstate overpass, then hitching a ride to Shreveport to Samstown. And it's there where he reportedly told someone what he had done. That person quickly contacted Shreveport police.
First of all, he denied any knowledge, and then he eventually tells them that he had placed a child under the bridge.
This bridge, the Highway 371 overpass at I-20.
First time I checked the eastbound traffic, and I came back on this side and checked the westbound.
Officer Donald Bryce was first on scene.
Yeah, I came down. Once I walked down here, I looked to my right. Suddenly I came and looked to my right. He was laying right here.
And the first to put his hands on Elijah. The most unexpected rescue for him ever in uniform. Then these photos were taken moments after Officer Bryce handed Elijah over to Captain Dan Weaver.
He was right here, exactly. He was face this way on his stomach.
And a timely rescue as well. Elijah was just inches away from rolling over and falling down this concrete embankment, which leads directly into interstate traffic.
He's okay. I mean, when I say okay, he have nothing but like a scar on his knee.
I was in the right place at the right time, and I was glad I was able to be there.
Officer Bryce, he's keeping it low-key.
He had an angel over.
An angel in uniform on her side.
Come on in, officer. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, Minden, small town and all, it turns out Officer Bryce actually knows Shamisa. She works at a convenience store in town, and their paths have crossed in the past. As for the investigation, it continues. Next up, figuring out who gave Wilson that ride to Shreveport and if that person is somehow involved. Dominique?